Welcome to the House of Cush Podcast, and today we are tapping into the week ahead of us. Okay, y'all, we're gonna look into the almanac for next week, and we're gonna do a collective reading to see what the spirits have for us in terms of advice and insight. Okay. Now, before we get started, of course, my name is Raji, and you guys know I am the Pretty Hustler, aka the Evolved Hustler, and I am here for you guys in terms of rootwork, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between, depending on the day. But we try to keep our focus mainly on the woo life, okay, and how it can assist us in evolving as hustlers. So even if you're a business owner or creative, or you just want to enhance your personal life, this is the spot for you. Now, today we are at a very interesting space. We do have a new moon in Taurus, and that is giving us a great starting point for setting intentions that could spring about around the beginning of June, right? Now, don't forget when you make these petitions that obviously you want to do it in what's in alignment to your journey and the way that you will be moving forward. You need to set things that you know are going to last and things that you know are going to be substantial with that Taurus energy. I think a lot of that too is recognizing your worth and recognizing when your time is up in a lot of spaces, and it's like just setting those necessary boundaries, okay? But yeah, so today we've got that new moon in Taurus, so I hope you guys go ahead and you guys have cleaned before the sun goes down, and you are also, intact for getting your petitions down. Now, I would recommend burying them using earth elements, like things that have to do with Taurus. The other day we kind of touched on a guide for the new moon in Taurus, so if y'all want to check that out, you most definitely can. And if you are into DIY work, definitely check out my House of Cush Patreon, because I do have a few workings that you guys can utilize, floor washes, things like that. The new moon energy is most potent from 3 days before and 3 days after, so even if you can't quite get it in alignment today, you do have about 2 more days to tap into it, and it's gonna be good energy, y'all, because when you we get into what's happening astrologically in terms of the moon anyway, for the remainder of the week. Tomorrow, we're going to shift into Gemini energy. And I just think we go from setting our intentions, planting those seeds, and being willing and ready to attract, like harnessing that Venus energy, no matter where you're coming from. And you step right into the waxing crescent energy of Gemini. Now, moon phase wise, y'all know, in terms of planetary magic and moon phase, like lunar magic, like that is something that is great to use when you think of layering your magic. I know we talk about that type of thing all the time, but this utilizing moon magic and utilizing planetary magic in itself is going to be the best possible option for you. Now, let me get into this moon phase, because certain moon phases bring about like certain things. So I want you guys to think about that this week as you're setting your intentions and kind of planning yourself out. Like, okay, so right now we're in a new moon phase, so that's, fine for creation, manifesting, scribing, and making decisions. So that's what you want to do. You want to make solid decisions today. You want to really get into what is life going to look like for you as Jupiter goes into Leo at the end of June. Like, what does life look like for me? What do I want my identity shift to be, right? And that new moon in Taurus is asking you to authentically step into that. Now, we'll be shifting into a waxing crescent in Gemini. We'll be in a waxing crescent phase for most of the week, and then we'll shift into first quarter. But let me not get too ahead of myself, y'all. So when you think of waxing crescent moons, this is you calling in what you want, going within, and pulling it out. This is a highly magnetic phase, all right? And we'll be sitting in that energy for, like I said, the most part of the week. I think we shifted to a first quarter Saturday, but let me double check. Now, first quarters are about external attraction, beginnings, drawing things in, and calling back lost things. So look into what that moon phase means, the energy behind the zodiac, right? So Let's see what we got. So tomorrow we got a waxing crescent in Gemini. And then Monday we also got a waxing crescent in Gemini. Tuesday we've got a waxing crescent in Cancer, the same for Wednesday. Thursday, we're going into a waxing crescent in Leo. Same with Friday, which is very interesting energy. And then finally on Saturday, we've got a first quarter in Virgo. So it's like, okay, let's set our intentions. Let's start to vocalize. Let's start to move to action with that Gemini energy. And then we're going to focus on getting comfortable, getting settled, balancing out our emotions, and also doing the necessary internal work to become that waxing crescent in Leo energy that's coming at the end of the week. And then finally, as you settle for Friday, not Friday, my bad, y'all, Saturday, you know that you are getting ready to set the tone and remove anything that does not fall into alignment with what you've been kind of centering this entire week. So we've got a little bit of interesting energy ahead of us. Let me look and see what we have in terms of upcoming transits outside of this new moon. Let me see what we got. Because May is getting on up out of here, y'all. May is getting on up out of here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to look at the House Almanac for May 2026, which is available on House of Cush Patreon. So, let's see where we are at this new moon. Yeah, we got rituals all around. So now this new moon is more focusing on money, stability, luxury, self-worth, and long-term security, all right? So you want to tend your offerings to that. This is definitely a wealth seeding type of moon. Now, as we shift through the remainder of the week, you are, again, attracting stability, building wealth, and seeding your financial intentions. So dream big. Like, whatever you see in yourself, the capabilities that you have, the ability to do things, you now can do that. Like, so don't hold back. If you know you have the capability to get it done and you tired of being stuck in the same scenario, yes, set the tone. All right, let me see. Now Mars enters Taurus on the 18th in a few days, so that's going to be quite significant. And then we'll be shifting shortly. Hold on, y'all. But sun phase around the 20th, but we're going to hold off on that. Now we're activating whatever. So starting tomorrow with that Gemini energy, y'all, between the 17th and the 24th, you're going to be activating the new moon prep that you're doing right now, which is, again, you defining your income goals, you resetting your pricing and your offers, and you're preparing your wealth rituals. And then with that Gemini energy, you're going to activate those with money drawing spells, client attraction work for my evolved hustlers, and stability rituals. Okay. Keep in mind the herbs you can use this week off top are going to be patchouli is going to be good. Basil is good. That's good for prosperity and Taurus work. And then you have rosemary for protection and hyssop, of course. And if you guys are looking to do your baths tonight to cleanse out that energy, you definitely want to focus on hyssop and rosemary as well. So spiritual baths and altar resets between today and tomorrow, which, again, make sure you guys are doing that before the sun goes down. Sunday is, if you're working with Planetary Magic, Sunday is a catch-all day, so no worries, okay? So in terms of the divination that we're going to be focusing on today is we're going to focus on the financial future and intention setting, all right? So let's get into it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open the roads. And thank you so much, Spirit, for opening the roads for me on behalf of the tribe. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. And thank you so much for the gift. We don't abuse the gift. We honor it. We appreciate it. We love it. We respect it. What guidance do you have for us for this new moon in Taurus in terms of our financial future and the intentions that we need to be setting moving forward? What guidance do you have for us? Y'all know we're going to start off with the elevated ancestors. All right, so let's get into it. Overall, we need to be focusing on moving more bravely with the Son of Sticks here in the upright. Moving bravely, moving with intention, and really tapping into that weirdness with that Pluto and Aquarius energy. It's like, it's okay to be different. Different is needed. we need different right now. So yeah, this is the time to do that. Get independent, get intentional, get brave. Yeah, you may have endured some sort of failure in the past, or things that weren't necessarily in alignment with your journey, and it caused a little bit of a hiccup. This could be coming from a source, or this could be you, so take it where it resonates. But I got the King of Pentacles in the reverse, so that's letting me know, like, make sure you're making wise financial decisions, make sure you're not overstepping, make sure you're setting the tone, again, behind things that really are bring passion to your life. Definitely stay out of your ego, stay out of your pride, because this is going to be a weakness, Leo, with the strength in reverse. And it is definitely needed for you to make peace with whatever happened with this financial situation or this individual. You have to make peace with the fact that you and this person, are not going to be in alignment. It's the healing that needs to be done for your inner child. I got the Ace of Baskets to the Daughter of Baskets. So over the next month, that'll be the healing that you'll be actively doing as you step into your dreams and you get ready to focus. All right. So this week is all encompassed. Now, in the past, you could be encouraged. 7 years ago, something could have happened with your finances or your stability, and you're being encouraged to pay attention to what you invest in, and how far you go with situations. Knowing when to say when and when certain cycles are indeed over is going to be very important this week. Like, you learned the lesson, so it's not a total loss, but at the end of the day, just focus on the fact that that's just not in alignment anymore. Scorpio energy in your present, with the ancestors in reverse. And why is that Scorpio there? There's a Scorpio feminine. This could be you or someone in your immediate energy. This person's in your life right now. They could be trying to garner some sort of control, or they could be looking for some form of investment. So 4 of Pentacles here. You could be a mother figure, or this person could be a mother. But I am seeing here, there's a need for control, there's a need for saving, and you just want to make sure, like, let me see what about this person. Yeah, you got to be mindful of bringing other people into your financial matters, things that are of value to you. Be real selective, because the 5 of Knives in the upright came, like, somebody is being real now interested this week, over the next 5 weeks. If you're the Scorpio, or you got a Scorpio in your life, you need to be watching out, because this person is willing to do whatever to get what they want. They'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal. Now, collectively, you could be feeling like very Mother of Sticks, Queen of Wands in the upright energy this week. Brave, fired up, intentional, and that's exactly the way that you should be, especially when it comes to recognizing, like, when it's time to make certain decisions. Like, Libra could be significant as well with the Judgment card. Like, you need to be making intentional decisions, and decisions that lead you to your long-term goals this week. Like, anything out of alignment with that shit, like, it's a no this week. Now, get your rest, because the next 4 weeks you need to be planning things out. And a lot of us, I know me, like, we be behind a little bit when it comes to our content creation and our planning, but you are being encouraged to, like, take some time, center your mind over the next 4 weeks, and really think about what it is that you're going to do next. Yeah, the spirits want you to slow down, with the Cancer energy, Chariot in reverse. Spirits want you to slow down, get some rest. You may be feeling like you're unable to get quite started, or maybe like you're a little bit unstable, but that's a lie. Spirit says that's an illusion. 4 of Sticks in reverse to the Ace of Knives in reverse. You're not unstable. You're recalibrating is what I am picking up. Y'all, you will survive whatever this is that you have endured. And with the 5 of Baskets in the upright, it's like you're gonna come out a better and stronger person. It'll shift the way you deal with things emotionally from a heart space perspective, but by this time next week, you'll be stronger than ever, and walking with intention into your higher timeline. Yeah, the 2 of Wands is what the guides have out here, y'all. So this week promises to give you just as much as you're willing to put in. You do got, I don't know who this Scorpio is, or if you the Scorpio, but you got somebody around you that you got to watch out for. You need to make a real informed decision when dealing with this person. Like, stop, slow down, and think. Okay, don't be rushed when it comes to this individual. Somebody may be trying to come bring you some sort of offer with the Ace of Cups, and this is going to be of benefit to you. So the apology, the offer here is extending their hand with the Wheel of Fortune. So offers and opportunities, because you have built up good karma, dharma, and you're going to get what you desire. Now, there is a situation that whatever this move you need to be making very soon, you have been wrapped up in your head about it, but the spirits are saying you need to go ahead and execute this week with the Knight of Swords. You won't regret tapping into this, because it is going to be quite fruitful with the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. Like, you, whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're planning, it's going to be fruitful for the long term. Like I say, 9 years at least with the Nine of Pentacles, right? Let me see something. But you do have you have someone around you. They are feeling some type of way in regards to your situation. Maybe you don't feel quite knowledgeable. If this is you, study, get some insight, because you're burdening yourself, because you don't necessarily know. Admit to yourself that you don't know something, and it's okay to get the assistance that you need. Okay, Queen of Swords, the reverse of the 10 of Wands, and let me see anything else from it. Yeah, you're comfortable and taken care of with the Queen of Pentacles. You're built to fight this intellectually. You're very smart. And it does shift the trajectory of relationships that are coming towards you, because people are going to be in alignment with the Two of Cups, and they are going to assist you long term. People are going to be offering you help, loans, grants, things like that from my evolved hustler. So everything that you do means something, So when you do decide, like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I want, like, I want a loan, I want a grant, I want this, I want that, like, be prepared to put one foot in front of the other. When it comes to that, I'm gonna leave it there, and we're gonna see what the oracle is hitting on for this week, y'all. Yeah, we gonna keep it cute, because honestly, you've already started to map out your goals. We've been talking about the date with the almanacs. We've been talking about all these activations and these things. So now this is a part of you going on the journey. Now, if you are just joining me, I definitely will recommend cycling back to my January, my 2026 predictions and planetary transits, because it gives you very important transit dates that are going to be activation windows that are going to be good for financial acceleration, business acceleration, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Pardon my phone say, but all of those dates and things like that are important. Now, if you guys are in, the market for a spiritual strategist, someone that can help you with your business forecast or your financial forecast, definitely look me up. I do have readings for that, so we can look a little bit deeper into your plan and make sure you are in alignment with your goals. Now, this is a family matter. Family is going to be a very big deal for you this week. That Cancer energy that's coming towards the middle of the week could prove to be quite, substantial for you, because you're looking to call in and attract things that give you stability and that give you the favor that you need. Now, there is a sense of loss of some sort of somebody's lost their cunning, and they're having to adapt to a situation. But this is a power move. You might feel like you lost that je ne sais quoi, but you didn't. You didn't. This is a moment of peace for you. So maybe peace feels like failure, quiet feels like rejection, but that's not what this is this week, okay? Especially when it comes to your stability in your family, right? So make sure you're doing things that are going to build you up in that lane. Collectively, you are healing. I got the heal card, and I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna leave well enough alone, as the old folks say. You are healing, you are building yourself, and things do look to be making a turnaround. If you are willing to 7 of coins and the upright, learn the lessons of the past and not repeat them, but learn and then put that into motion, then everything will be okay. Yeah, this is a real good reading. I mean, again, you got somebody around you, which, I mean, hey, would we really be the main character if that wasn't the thing? But you do got somebody around you that really ain't with you. 5 weeks, pay attention. how it transpires, what they say. Sisters has the 5 of Knives, I think, swords. So what they say, what they write, you know what I'm saying? Just pay attention, because there's going to be something that lets you know, like, this person isn't solid, that this person isn't truthful, you know, like, it's going to, like, come out and let you know this week. And take heed to that, and, like, don't try to be no martyr and fix it. Just, like, put a pin in that, take note, and move forward. Again, finances are looking good. You're falling into alignment with your tribe over the next 2 months, and you will be secure even after a period of feeling like you didn't know what to do in terms of your finances and your responsibilities. Like, help is on the way, okay? Only unstable for a bit, and if that's even what you want to consider it, because with the Ace of Knives in reverse here, like, for a bit, to you, like, you know, you're going to be unstable with whatever your goal is until you actually make a firm, solid decision with that Judgment card in the upright to pursue it. Like, you know, relentlessly, okay? Get relentless about whatever it is that you want to do for this new moon in Taurus. So I got a petition thing too. So you guys need some help writing your petitions. Like I said, jars. You should be refreshing your money bowls, things like that. Anything that interrupts your peace while you're in this creative cycle, you need to get it out of your face, okay? You don't have time for that. Catch you next lifetime, catch you next season type shit, okay? Yeah, y'all. So, yeah, I think we've done our fair share of learning over the past 7 years. And so now Spirit is ready to reward you for your efforts of healing and transmuting. Think of alchemy when you are planning and enduring, you know, like, okay, this is alchemy. Let me transmute this energy. Make sure you always start off, y'all, with protection and cleansing before any workings. You want to create a smooth landing for anything when you open your roads and when you get ready to call in your desire. So get in there between today and tomorrow. Clean up, you know. Put your protection up and set the tone. Okay, make sure you seal the working. It's so much work. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, when you go like step by step with like spell work and root work and conjure, oh my god, yes, sometimes you do need to hire a professional, because, like myself, shameless plug, because it's a lot. Now, granted, if you know, you've been my client, you know I'm going to give you some homework. So, I'm going to do, my part, but you also have to assist as well. So, this is a team work type of thing. But it is better because, again, it is quite intricate and quite detailed when it comes to doing certain stuff. So, I definitely understand. But if you can do it, hey, like I said, I got the DIY up already. So different herbs, different candles, different bowls and washes for this week are already available if you're into making that type of stuff on your own. If not, shop the apothecary, get you a session booked this week so we can see what's what. All right, but that's what I got. Thank you, spirits. I'm gonna go ahead and close those roads. Thank you so much for giving me insight into our intentions and finances. Everything's looking pretty good. Everything's healing. Everything's going well. Like, over the next month, I see good stuff. It's amazing. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Well, let me know what you think. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Welcome to all my new followers and subscribers. I appreciate y'all so much. Get in the comments, chit chat. Let me know what's what. What are your plans for the new moon? How are you guys feeling about these transits? Like, have you been sleeping? What's that sleep schedule been looking like? 3, 4 in the morning? Y'all been getting up? We're gonna talk about that this week too. How you can combat that, the dream world, how you can work with alchemy and transmutation, and what's what. All right, you guys. But yeah, that's what I got. Click the link in my bio. You know where to find me if you need me. And if you guys are interested in dealing with a retainer, hit my line, because I am taking 6 retainer clients, okay? And that would mean that I am at your service for the entire month or year, depending on what you select, We can get your ride, get your plan, get everything. So if you're small business or you just starting out, this might be advantageous for you. But all right, guys, yeah, jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all got going on. You know, you don't have to get too in detail, because you can't be letting everybody know what's going on. But yeah, how's the new moon in Taurus looking for y'all? How y'all been feeling? Is everybody all right? In my Erica Badu voice. All right, guys. Well, signing off. Love you, mean it. You know, we're going to chat soon. Bye.